What's going on, guys? Let's do a little quick recap. The box we're going to be looking at is the lower right hand corner. That is Facebook. Okay, so we obviously know that the NASDAQ, the triple Qs, had a big sell off to start today's session. At one point in time, we were down, just about 200 points. Right now, we've kind of rallied back and we're only down 33 points on the day on the NASDAQ, or actually 13 points on the day on the NASDAQ futures. So I just kind of want to give, a brief overview. I know we've gone over it already plenty of times, but what I've got right here is the 20-day moving average on my chart. For those of you guys in the Discord, you guys know that I've been playing the 20-day versus the 9 just because of the market volatility. We've been getting either, futures, green pre-market overnight, first hour, 2 hours, we get that big sell off and then we get that bottoming out. And then we have, the bulls kind of buy the dip back up, trap shorts, and then we go red to green on the session. So just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a play here. If we look right here at 8:35 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, after we had that sell-off, we came all the way down here to 357.21. You see we got this little double bottom here at the 357 area. Then we started to make this push up. So, an aggressive entry would have been 358.36. Obviously, you would have used your entry candle low at 357.59 as your entry. You could have got long here. The only problem with that is that we were still trading below the 20-day moving average. The only reason why I don't like to take these aggressive plays, even though we can kind of see a little bit of a bottoming out here, is just due to the fact that if we come up to the 20-day moving average, you did not take any profits, and then we get rejected, we can immediately come back down and flush through this double bottom. So I like to see a close above the 20-day moving average, and then I like to see a confirmation candle of that close for my entry. Obviously, I'm using the 5-minute chart. Just to kind of minimize the risk a little bit, especially when the market was so volatile in the morning. So if we look at it here, we put in a top of 360 over the 20-day moving average. And then at 8:40, we confirmed that 360. This would have been your entry point here. As long as we did not get a close below our entry candle's low, we would have remained to be in this trade. Currently went all the way to a high of 366.75. So right now down a little bit, 366.36. However, this is a great move. This is a 6-point move. This would be considered, a scalping opportunity that turned into a day trade, that turned into a home run of a trade. 6 points on a stock like Facebook, catching that intraday move off of the bottom channel, reclaiming the 20-day moving average is absolutely phenomenal. You can't really ask for more. Could you swing this overnight for a potential to, trade up into the 368 supply? You could, but with such an aggressive move like this, I would, just advise to take profits, along the way. Obviously, you should have been scaling out. And if you held the runner all the way up, obviously to 366 right now, it looks like we're coming back in back testing. There's only 20 minutes left of the market open. So what I'm looking for tomorrow on Facebook is the 365.50 area. Do we come back down here and test a 20-day? Do we break below and then reclaim again? That would be an area of opportunity to get long, to push up into that 368. Good trade there. So, as you're going through charts and as you're looking at the 5-minute and as you're looking at the 1 hour, you have to just be confident in the setups that work, the setups that are high probability trades. And if they don't work out, you just have to cut your loss. So for example, if we would have entered on this candle here at 8:40 in the morning, our absolute stop would have been 359.93. If we were to get into this trade and then the next candle at 8:45 opens up and we cross below the 359.83, we would just exit the trade. Okay. If you want to give yourself a little bit more room to work, you could possibly use this 20-day moving average as your stop. If we break through and close below, you could just use that as your stop. Obviously, you're giving yourself a little bit more risk, but this trade worked out, fantastic. Ever since confirming, kind of just rode up, only really came back down once to test the moving average, and then, bounced and just rallied pretty much all day until, the end of the day. It looks like we're starting to trickle off a little bit as the market comes to a close. You figure there's some profit takers, in the market. NASDAQ 100 is starting to dip a little bit. But this is a perfect situation here where you have to just trust the setup, trust your play, and you already know where you would be stopping out at. You already know to be taking profits along the way. This is not an area where you tell yourself, well, the market's been down, is there a potential trade here? Yes, but start second guessing yourself, and don't take this trade and now you just missed out on a 6-point move. Trading is a numbers game. The more trades you take with your high probability setup and good risk management, the more you're going to, see your account grow. You already know that when you enter the trade where your stop is at. So depending on your sizing, you already know how much you are prepared to lose before you enter this trade. If the trade goes against you, you get out. You don't sit there and tell yourself, maybe it's coming back. You get out. You already know how much you're willing to lose, which was the entry candles low as you entered this. And then you obviously, ride this up and take profits along the way. So just giving you guys a clear example, don't be hesitant. Do not be scared to take the trade setups. We've been trading this strategy for a while now. We know that it works when it confirms. And if it confirms and it fails, we already know just to get out. There'll be another high probability setup later. Apple presented another high probability setup today that ran very, very well. Microsoft also did the same thing, provided a high probability setup off the 5-minute as well as the 1 hour, and also put in a good move. So if you take a trade on your high probability setup and it fails, it's okay. This is a numbers game. Move along. The game goes on. Look for another stock. Look for the same stock. Get your confirmation, look for another setup, and then just have confidence taking that trade. You cannot be scared to take trades, guys. Just because the market is moving up and down, it's good for you as a day trader, as a swing trader, as an intraday scalper. It's good for you when the market moves up, and it's good for you when the market moves down. When the market moves down, it presents areas of opportunity for possible bounce situations, and when the market is just moving straight up, it gives us, good trades for catching continuation on plays that have already broken out. So I hope that kind of helps you guys. I hope some of you guys took this Facebook play. If you didn't, keep it on watch for tomorrow. See what we do around the 20-day moving average on the 5-minute and the 1 hour time frame. Also, you're going to want to keep an eye on Microsoft, keep an eye on Apple and Tesla coming off that bottom range. Tesla's had some bad news today, sold off very, very aggressively. Let's see if we can find some support down there in the 680 range. See if we can get a bounce off that 670, 645 area. Came down there, touched it once, kind of bounced off of it, but just kind of been trading sideways. You already know that if we lose this 670, 645, we're going to continue to flush. If we come back down here and we test it again, get this nice bounce, could be a potential swing trade to ride that up. Also, Microsoft looking very, very nice, pushing higher as we come to the market close here, 294.08. Gave us a 1 hour setup here at 292.93. So you can see here we just had about a point move off of the hour entry price. Very, very good. Qs here sold off a little bit, came down on the 5-minute chart below the 10-day moving average, trying to reclaim now. So just keep an eye on that. That's kind of how I'm monitoring my stocks right now, guys. Kind of just, see what is the bottom here. Are we holding the bottom, and can we get this bounce? On the 5-minute play, when did we confirm over the 20-day moving average? Did we close below it? And how long could I have rode this stock? Hourly chart here on Microsoft, big aggressive sell-off, came down here, put in a low, 290.23. Got this little double bottom here, bounce back up. Obviously, I want to wait for confirmation over the 20-day moving average. We did get that confirmation over the 20-day moving average. You could have entered anywhere in this candle and used 291.67 as your stop, and then continue to ride this higher. Looks good for tomorrow, possibly to test highs of 295.